Hello guys, once again welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, you're most welcome, and to all my returning subscribers, thank you so much for watching my videos. Thank you so much for sharing, and of course for commenting. And today guys, the question is, have you ever thought of growing quality maize like this, either for animal feeds, I mean silage, or for human consumption, and you have always been failing? So guys, just look at this quality here. Look at how the maize looks like. And in this video, we are going to be talking about how I'm going to be sharing with you some of the tips that you need to grow such a quality, nice looking maize. You can look at it, it's just green everywhere. So you make sure you give the video a like, and you make sure you subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And if you have, thank you so much. And just make sure turn on your notification bell such that you don't miss on any other video. So guys, let's continue with the video. Once again, I welcome you to my channel, Agriculture World Happiness. In this video, as I said, we are going to be looking at some of the tips you need to know in order to grow quality maize, either for animal consumption, I mean silage making, or you are going to be growing your maize for human consumption. So do me a favor, subscribe to my channel, like my videos, and also if you have subscribed, turn on the notification bell so that you don't miss on any other video that I always upload, because I always do my videos every week. I always have new videos and different videos, so you make sure you don't miss on any agricultural update from Agriculture World Happiness. So one of the factor or one of the tips you need to know is getting the best variety which suits your area. And you will know different areas have got different climates. For example, here in Denmark, we are basically growing the yellow maize because it suits our area here and it suits the reason we're growing for. So one of the things you need to know is considering the variety is very important. And under variety, one thing you need to do is, there are some things you need to always consider. You must get the variety which is drought resistant, which can withstand too much sun or drought. And then also you have to get the variety which is pest and disease resistant. And not only that one, you must get a variety which will give you high quality yields or high yields of the crop or the maize. Not only that one, but you have to look at the standard crop or the standard seeds. When you're going to buy the seed, you have to always look at the standard itself, because we know taking your crop to the market, or if you're going to be producing something of quality, you'll always need quality. You need the quality material to put in the ground. So those are that is one of the factors. The next factor I'm going to be talking about is the land preparation. And talking about the land preparation, we well know that before we plant our maize, we always do what we call the first plowing, and it depends how your land looks like. Because for us here, we always do the first plowing because we want to see, we don't want to struggle with the weed so much. We don't want to struggle, the maize to struggle when they are going to be germinating. So we do the first plowing and we do the second plowing. We also do the harrowing. So that is all what we do. And I know someone will say you are going to be using too much labor or too much fuel. But because for us here, we use the machines which are 2-in-1. Because the other side you're plowing at the same time you are doing the harrowing, it goes all at once, and the fuel used is very little. So that is why we always do ours up to the harrowing style, whatever. We always do harrow. But it also depends which kind of machine you're using. You can mean to do them one by one, as long as you want to see the success at the end and you want to see the quality of the crop. Yeah, and what you need to know is you always have to ensure, and this is still under the preparation, you have to ensure the land is well drained, because you cannot plant maize in waterlogged area and you expect a result. No, the plant will remain stunted, it will not grow, and there will be yellowish. That is one thing, one reason why we need to make sure the land is well drained, such that your crop will also be of quality, or you're going to be able to get quality maize at the end. And also, we always maintain the pH of the soil between 6.0 to 7.0. Not only that one, but we also add organic matters when we are preparing this field, because we know that we are dealing with animals, and animals at the end, we know they give us the waste products, which we call the manure. That is a mixture of urine and the cow dung, and of course the straw they sleep on. Everything, we bring it back to the field, and then we plow it together. It stays there for some time, we plow it again. Then that is, it gives you at least there, where it reaches maybe the time when you're going to be applying the fertilizer, you'll know how much fertilizer you need to apply, because the crops are not looking so bad. So it supplements, the fertilizer just comes to supplement. So that's what we always do during the field preparation. We already have our manure in the field, we have already incorporated it, or we have mixed it in the soil, so it's ready. Wait for only the time for planting. And then our factor number 3, or the tip number 3, what we always do here is we make sure the seed bed and the okay, we also consider the seed bed and also the planting. And talking about the planting, this is now where we are looking. We also look at what we call the time. And for us, we always make sure we plant our crops in time, not too late and too early. Because for us here, what we do, we plant, like for example, this one, we planted it in April, because we know we only have one season here in Denmark. Any crop here in Denmark, we have got one season. That is only the summer, because we know Denmark has a country, or in EU, we have got 4 seasons. That is the winter, the summer, and then also we have got the autumn and spring. And the spring is always our season that we'll be preparing our fields. So when we are starting around April, that's when we always start planting we do our plantings. April and then May, this is when we plant, because it's going to take us some long time. And always harvesting, we harvest around September or around August. It depends how early you've planted it. So like this one, we are going to be harvesting it at the end of August or even September, because sometimes it takes longer to germinate, So that is another factor that we always put in consideration. And still under planting, what we normally do here in Denmark is, or what you should do is, just don't plant your crops, or don't plant your maize when the temperature is below 8 degrees Celsius. So what we always do for us here, because the climate or the area is cold, we wait for at least the temperature in the soil to rise up to between 8 and 10 degrees Celsius. Then we are able to plant our crop. And then still under planting, we now talk about the spacing itself. You look at this spacing here of our crop here, because we are using the planter. It is set in a way that we plant 75 by 10 centimeters. So this is our spacing. And the crop number we always get in an hectare, or in hectares, we get between 8,000, let me say 85,000 to 100,000, 100,000 plants, right? That is because we are using the standard spacing, and that's because we are growing it for silage making. So that is how it is. But if you are growing it for other consumptions, or let me say for only on the grains, you need to make sure your spacing at least is between 75, or it's 75 by 25 centimeters. That is if you have only, you need the grains at the end. For us, the reason why I've said for us we use here is 75 by 10 centimeters is because we are growing it for silage making. So that is the difference, and that's why you are seeing we're able to get much maize. For us, we're looking at getting much in an hectare, and because we only grow mainly for silage. So that is what you need to consider. As I said, if you are going to grow it for grains, consider the spacing of 75 by 25 or 25 by 75. That is how it is. And the population you are likely to get in an hectare is going to be between 60,000 to 80,000 crops or the plants in an hectare. That is if the birds have not removed it or if the pests have not eaten them. I hope here I'm clear. Just make sure you give the video a like and subscribe, please, to my channel of Agriculture World Happiness for more videos. So let's continue. So as I said, we are still under the seedbed and the planting. And when you're planting, just make sure you use certified and well treated seeds, because well treated seeds is going to make sure all your crops germinate. And the reason being, when you drop it in the hole, the pests will not start eating it from there, because sometimes we may put the seeds which are really good in the soil, or we plant good seeds, but in the end you find that the germination, they have not germinated all, and that's not the population expected. Maybe you planted one here and then one was here, but this one here is missing, and that's because either you planted the seeds when they were not treated, and that's why they were not able to germinate all. But I know locally people always, what they do is to make sure this seed is the one I've planted is a seed which is going to germinate. People first soak it, then you start seeing it germinating after some days, and you plant. That's been our local method, and that's for the small farmers. So which is also a good method. But if you are going for agribusiness, or if you are going for real farming, you have to make sure you plant the seeds which are well treated. And then also you make sure when you're planting, you plant using the fertilizer, and also nutrient management is key to the success of your maize field. Having talked about that, let's look at the tip number 5, which is water management. We well know that maize needs the water between at least 500 to 800 millimeters per season, right? That is the amount of water the rain, all the rain that the maize needs. And now, which means not that all the whole season you're going to be receiving the water or the rain. Then it therefore calls for irrigation, which means when you want quality maize like this one, as I was telling you the story before, it is this period that we're not having the rain completely, but we started to irrigate our maize field. So that is where now you have to come up with the strategy of irrigating your field when you have got insufficient rain. So you have to always make sure crops keep growing, because the season is going to leave you, by irrigating. If you have the pumps or if you have the irrigation machine, please do irrigate your field, because you're looking at your target is getting quality maize for your animals or for human consumption. So before we end this video, let's look at one last tip, that is harvesting. We well know that any crop you grow in the field deserves to be harvested. That's if you have been successful. So at this time, let's take, for example, we're going to harvest, this one is ready, and let's take, we're going to harvest it for grains. So just make sure you use let me say use the combine harvester. If the field is very big, that is one thing, but you make sure the maize dries, or the moisture is around between 20 to 25%. That is the moisture content in it. And then also we said we use combine harvester, and that's because combine harvester, we know it it harvests for you the grains which are clean. And also, apart from harvesting the grains which are clean, it reduces on the losses, because with the combine harvester, none of the maize are going to be left in the field. Everything will be harvested, and combine harvester does clean harvesting. We well know that, because we know any product, if it's going for a business, serious business, you need clean materials, or you need the clean product that is under harvesting. Also, the other thing is, make sure you dry it up to 14% of the moisture for safe storage. So guys, before I end this video, I must say thank you so much for watching it up to this level, and thank you for watching this video. And if you're new here, please you make sure you subscribe, and make sure you turn on the notification bell so that you don't miss on any future videos, because as I told you earlier on, Agriculture World Happiness is here to give you more agricultural videos and agricultural news, and how we can handle things for better future of agriculture. So you make sure you subscribe and turn on the notification bell so that you don't miss on any other video. And we have come to the end of this video now. I'll see you in the next video.